Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week and you guys are all doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing, which is living and just having a good time. I would like to tell everyone, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Obviously, I hope that everybody likes my content. Ooh, we got an echo. There we go. Got that echo off. Now that the echo is gone. What's weird is when you have it in the background, because I always have to have it in the background in case I want to put something on the other screen. Um, the the funny thing is, what's up, Apex? How you doing, bro? The funny thing is even if it's on there, right? Even if it's there and it's open and it's not the screen's not open, it still gives me an echo in my headphones. It's the weirdest thing. Apex, how are you, brother? You're the first. Welcome, man. Welcome. Let me go ahead and drop this in. I know you never come on, bro, but I always put StreamYard in the chat. I always drop it in there so that people, if they want to come in, they can come in. You know, community. I hit 500. Echo and the Bunny Man. I know, right? I hit 500 yesterday. Actually, it was this morning, or maybe sometime last night. I don't know. I woke up to 500 this morning, so it currently stands at 506, man. So I never thought I would get past 200, So, anyways, but no, guys, I want you to know this weekend is going to be kind of up in the air. I have to go to Houston for the death in the family that I told you guys about last week. My aunt did, officially pass away. So this is been coming. We've known about it. It's just, oh, dude, thank you very much. Hey, man, it's not a one-man show, bro. It took all of us, right? So, so I made today's show. Today's show is going to be a little longer, just in case I can't do a Sunday show. I don't know yet. I'm planning on coming back on Saturday. You know how family gets, So if I got to stay an extra day, I just kind of wanted to prep it and make sure everybody got enough information. I tried to pick some really unique stories this week. Hello, Luis. Welcome. And I wanted you guys to kind of get a different experience this week. I tried to find some different stuff. I did bring back some stuff you guys liked, and I found a new cool video short. Apex, I'm trying to do these supernatural things because people like the supernatural stuff, and I'm totally addicted to it. I'm totally a geek for it. But this one's cool. Last week we did something that I let you guys think about. This week I'm going to totally debunk it right in front of your eyes. Okay, I'll let you guys watch it, and then we're going to go after it, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is. Yeah, so let's get down to it. Again, guys, please remember the only way the channels grow, the only way that we get bigger, the only way people can actually hear the message that I'm trying to send is if we tell people about it. And even if you just take a clip, and I tell everybody this too, if you want to take a clip of something that I say and send it out there, I don't care. Do it. I'm not doing this for the glamour or for the glory. All right. This is strictly just to help people. I actually had a conversation in the gym that actually helped someone this morning. It was actually really fucking cool. It was like one of those moments where you're like, oh, it worked. Holy shit. It was like one of those moments. I was like, yeah, all right. And there was like this one moment where I was like, man, I'm about to become a YouTube video, like blasted on TikTok, And I don't have any Instagram, TikTok, or any social media except for this. So it would have been kind of funny, but ignore everything for 2 weeks, right? Oh, she says hello. All right. She's from the Philippines too, by the way. We have, what's funny, Apex, is we have a lot of people that look at me from all over the world. It's kind of cool. And a majority of my audience is female. I didn't know that, until I looked. So, but all right, let's get into this. All right. First story. This was kind of cool. I was actually, I was like, okay, you guys want to play this game? Because it won't last long. These guys burn themselves out so fast. So, the great college Yale, okay? Their smug civility was infuriating. Yale editorial denounces the politeness of pro-life students, questions rights to speak on campus. Questions right to speak on campus. On occasion, we will discuss students' editorials as an insight into the view of free speech on our campuses. This week, one such editorial has attracted attention from Yale Daily News. when they make this, when they say stuff like Stanford Daily News, Oxford Daily News, Harvard Daily News, Yale, they should just say woke, PC, LGBTQ plus Daily News from Yale. That would make a lot more sense. Then people wouldn't go into it completely blindsided. They don't know anything about this. From Yale Daily News, due to its chilling statements about free speech, the editorial by, is that Hiram? Yeah, Hiram Bianca Nam. I'm guessing that's an Indian name. I think Nam's Indian. Is striking in its rejection of the core values of free speech, which everyone else is doing, so it doesn't matter, and its expression of anger over the civility and logical arguments of pro-life students. Bianca Nam unloads on fellow students who set up a table to discuss abortion issues. She describes the students as inviting passerby to engage in logical debates about fetal personhood and abortion ethics. Fetal personhood. I wonder if they know what the term fetus means. She notes the frustration that they were polite and they held their voices low and spoke slowly and calmly. They had relaxed, open smiles. Nam takes offense. Of course you do, Nam. Not just to their civility and politeness, but also to the fact that they were allowed to speak at all on the campus. Their smug civility was infuriating. So basically, because they were polite, remember that. Their invitations for debate, inflammatory. I can see this. Okay, all right, let's try this again. All right. Their smug civility was infuriating. Their invitations for debate, inflammatory. I could barely seethe out my opinion about the misogyny, wonder if she knows what misandry means, of holding such a debate. Now, what if there was a woman in there? Would that make it misogyny? I don't know. It's not misogyny to think that abortion is wrong. When you're killing something, it's wrong, guys. I don't know how to explain this to you. All right. The discussion never should have been entertained because simply opening space for these logical, respectful debate, or for this logical, respectful debate itself is a threat to human rights. No, abortion is not a human right. Okay, it is not a part of the Constitution. It's a privilege. It's not a human right. You egotistical, narcissistic, misandrous cunt. Human rights that should never be for debate. Some arguments aren't worth engaging with, and quite frankly, are dangerous for even existing. Let me check back to see if we got chat. We do got some chat. What's up, Iron Man? What's up, bro? I'm here for some good old-fashioned racism. Fun fact, my ex-wife was a co-chair of Yale Alumni Association Committee for a number of years. I wonder if they were woke back then. Were they woke back then? But, and welcome, bro. Good to see you, man. Luis, obviously, good to see you, too. I'm always happy when you're here. Apex, man. You're the shiznit. But, no. Okay. So, we could go through this article and destroy it as much as we can. I'll read more if you guys want me to. But basically, what I wanted to do is okay, they're always trying to push the envelope, okay? They're always trying to say that we're, misogynistic. We are the patriarchy. We're systemically racist. We are systemically sexist. We are part of the grape culture. Oh my God, you are impugning on our rights as human beings. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. You know what? And this is something that I'm trying to teach everyone that comes to this channel. I had a conversation about it last night at a business meeting. They don't want to believe that there's no civility left. Look, it doesn't matter if you bring chocolates to these motherfuckers with a bottle of fucking champagne, Dom Perignon, cup their balls and pat their ass, and slowly but surely put them to sleep while singing them a lullaby. Nothing is going to be enough. Perfect example, reparations, okay? Dude, there is a guy sitting in San Francisco right now saying $5 million is not enough. Because if you break that over 50 years, it's only $100,000 a year. Well, dumbass, the average person makes like 37 a year. That's a dude. Okay? And that's average. All right? So, yeah, that's plenty. Yeah. If you make $5 million in 50 years, you're doing pretty fucking good, bro. I hate to break it to you, but you are. And they're going to get this shit in a lump sum, and a bunch of people are going to get rich, and they're going to get stupid, and a lot of them are going to die, because that's what happens. People win the lottery, they die. But my point is that the line will always be pushed. They'll draw this line and then it's pushed. Look at LGBTQ plus. It used to just be gay, homosexual. Now you can't call lesbians gay because they're lesbians. They're not gay. Men are gay. No, homosexual or gay considers to both sexes. But now it has to be LGBTQ plus whatever. It's like, I think 25 letters long now. But no matter how civil you are with these people, no matter how much you talk to them gently, sternly, with discipline, without discipline, it doesn't matter. They are never going to treat you civilly. How many videos have I had on here where you can literally see the left, the far left, okay? Excuse me, the far left, these eccentrics, and they're violent, throwing hot coffee, spitting on people, throwing feces, throwing freaking Molotov cocktails, locks and socks. Okay, that one still blows me away, and I've known about it for years now. Okay, they're not peaceful. They're never going to be peaceful. They're never going to hear your point of view. They have been brainwashed and programmed to hate you. Period. Okay, so everything that you say to them will be construed or seen as violent, even if it's not, as hateful, even if it's filled with love, as evil, even if it's filled with good intentions. Case in point, the article we just read. She was pissed off, probably because she hasn't been dicked down right in fucking 30 years. You know, how much do you want to bet this is a fat chick? Dude, we should see. I wonder if there's a picture of her somewhere. I don't want to take time to look it up and open up the article, but I bet you if you guys look up a picture of that chick's name, all right, she's probably fat and short and ugly. How much you want to bet? Sean the Bomb, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Doing good, bro. Doing good. How's your week going so far? Hope you're doing good. We're just talking about Yale, man. You missed a little bit of the story, but some chick named Pan, Mrs. Pan, was upset because people were nice and they decided to talk about abortion, because we can't say the other word on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for infringing upon our First Amendment rights, as always. Oh, I forgot my disclaimer. Damn it. I get so caught up in everything, I always forget it. YouTube, this is all fake. It's all a lie. This is all Minecraft. It's a figment of your imagination. It's a bad dream. Okay? Everything that I say is completely false. The articles you're seeing were never made. Everything that I'm saying right now is just complete bullshit. You're just having a nightmare. Here's your glass of warm milk. Have a nice night. But yeah. So I mean, we're done with it. But I'm trying to explain exactly how it works with when you're in these crowds. I've been in these crowds, guys, and I'm trying to find another one to go to. I've been kicked out of so many places in Denton now. I'm kind of worried about going to Denton that I'll get arrested. But you know, the next drag queen story hour I'd like to go to, the next women's rights marches for, you know, killing babies I'd love to go to, film them and everything. But I need a camera guy so that I can walk around the microphone. And because I don't want to be the dude with the camera on his chest, because I'd rather be in front of the camera with a microphone so that, you know, the guy with the camera doesn't get affected. I'd rather be in front. But I really want to be the man on the street. That's really what I want to do. I think that's going to be really good I think everybody's going to like that. I think people are going to really enjoy seeing that kind of up close and personal, and show you the places in Texas that are like that, kind of like what Steven Crowder does. I won't be as funny as Steven Crowder, all right? And but I definitely want to try. And I want to show the world exactly what they're doing to our country. So, all right, moving on. Next story. All right. So this is kind of rare. New York Times actually retracted something that they said back during the pandemic about the virus of unknown origin that came from China. Yes, that one. All right. The New York Times stunning confession on Sweden's pandemic response. The Gray Lady reported, I've never heard of the Gray Lady, but I'm guessing the Gray Lady is a newspaper. Okay. Because this says FEE stories. I don't see the Gray Lady anywhere on here. So I'm guessing that's a newspaper. But the Gray Lady reported, maybe it's an article in the New York Times, in 2020 that Sweden has become the world's cautionary tale for its virus of unknown origins response. It's singing a very different tune in 2023. This is, I guess, image of Frankie Fogathan on Wikimedia Commons. Okay, cool. I guess I don't know who that is, but I guess we're supposed to find out. This is by John Miltimore. All right. A couple of weeks ago, the New York Times published the article that would have been unthinkable a few years ago. How did no mandate Sweden end up with such an average pandemic? The headline asked. Well, probably because they didn't shut down their fucking economy. They didn't force people to wear masks. They didn't force people to get the jab. And they probably didn't do anything stupid like, oh, I don't know, we did. Times writer David Wallace Wells doesn't accept claims that Sweden withdrew intense criticism for refusing to go into lockdown. Ooh, there you go. In 2020, had the lowest excess death rate in Europe, which just 3.3% more deaths than expected. The lowest percentage among OECD countries. I don't know what OECD stands for, but he does concede that it's hard to argue on the basis of Sweden's epidemiological. There you go. It's a hard one for me. Experience that its policy course was a disastrous one. This might not sound like much of a concession, but it is. Lowest excess deaths in Europe over 2020-2022 goes to Sweden. Yay, fanfare. Sweden, the one country that did not panic and toss out all wisdom. All right, so we've got Bulgaria with 19.8. Poland, damn, look at Poland, dude. You know what? I think Poland had a lot more to do with self-deletion than anything else. Romania, wow. The Czech Republic. What is that one? I can't tell. I can't see that one. It's like, maybe Lithuania. Italy. I remember Italy was pretty bad too. Italy and Spain were both bad. Yep, they're in the middle. Portugal, the very bottom. Sweden and Norway. I don't see us in there. Switzerland was kind of at the bottom. France. I don't see us anywhere in there. But okay. Anyways, so read the full conversation on Twitter. No, thank you. The Great Leader reported in 2020 that Sweden has become the world's cautionary tale for its COVID response, and the Times was joined by a chorus of media outlets. And President Donald J. Trump, who alleged Sweden had botched the pandemic and amplified the virus. Yeah, I know we all forgot that, but Trump was really on the side of the jab and lockdowns. I mean, he did start it, okay? Never say he didn't make mistakes, all right? He just needs to come out and admit them. Today, we know that this was not the case. And though Wallace Wells seems to begrudge Anders Tegnell, the architect of Sweden's policy, taking a victory lap through the media, it's worth pointing out that the epidemiologist received death threats for his pandemic response, which looks better with each passing week. Just how successful Sweden's approach was is still subjected to debate, while Wallace Wells is skeptical of Swedish claims that the country had the lowest excess mortality in Europe. He says the data set is imperfect and is not adjusted for demographics. Dude, take the W, bro, or take the L, bro. It's clear Sweden performed better than many lockdown nations. World Health Organization's, the WHO, data he references shows Sweden had an excess death rate of an average of 56 per 100,000. Far better than Italy, 133, and Germany, 116, Spain, 111, and UK, 109. Whatever data one chooses, one fact is undebatable. This is not what modelers predicted. Yeah, because I don't know what you guys remember from the pandemic when it did happen, but the first 6 weeks of the pandemic, it was hell on earth. We're all gonna die if you don't spray everything down with Lysol and wipe everything down with alcohol wipes. We're gonna get this horrible virus. I think at one point they were trying to say that it had an 8% kill rate. It was something like that, like an 8% of the people that were infected. Like 8% of the people were dying. I could be wrong on that because a lot of the stories that I read back from then don't exist anymore. They've mysteriously disappeared. But they were trying to tell us that a lot more people were going to die than did. If I do recall, though, when we did Operation Warp Speed and the first lockdowns, the 15 days to slow the spread, they had that chart. Remember the hourly COVID conference in the president's White House or whatever? And it would be like, we are thinking that woman would come up and be like, this is before Fauci really showed his face, the woman that was responsible for reporting to us was telling us that we were going to get between 1.5 and 2 million deaths within the first 6 months. That's what they were telling us. People were freaking the fuck out. They were losing their fucking mind. On like the second or third day I went to the gas station, there was a dude in like full mop gear, man. He had like rubber gloves on, duct tape sleeves, full mask, blast shield and everything down. Yeah, dude, people were freaking the fuck out. This was here in Texas. And I'll never forget whenever I went to Walmart, and it was so crazy because they would only let like one person in at a time. They'd wait like 5 minutes, and it was like this really ridiculous policy. We just walk in, only 5 minutes, and then okay, someone else going. I don't know exactly what that did, but yeah, and then you can only enter in one way and exit another way. And this was supposed to be like this super transmissible virus, right? So it didn't matter where you were in the store. It would be left. Apparently, it was going to stay alive for like 12 days or 17 days on the surface. It was pretty scary too. But again, we found that was a bunch of bullshit. Anyways, the cool part about this article is that they're saying that they were wrong for saying that this happened only 2.5 years later. I don't know who it was that was talking about, but dude, the pandemic's over. It's gone, and everybody's realizing that this shit, no. You guys made us do stuff that we didn't want to do. You made us go through hoops that we shouldn't have gone through. You basically, when I say you, I'm talking to the government, specifically America right now. All right. You locked down states and then reprogrammed children to not be able to see faces and shut kids down and gave them high anxiety. More people are on high anxiety medication now than have ever been before because of COVID, because of being locked down inside of the freaking buildings, dude, inside of their apartment. Imagine being like, I had the benefit of being in a house. Can you imagine being shut in a 1-bedroom apartment with like your girlfriend? Yeah, dude. Doesn't sound too appealing, does it? Nope. I didn't think so. All right. So I'm calling this one the 327. It was a cool article for me to read. I'm going to enjoy sharing it with you. So check this out. You guys remember the summer of love in 2020, whenever all of us were locked down, but it was okay for LGBTQ plus people and Black Lives Matter and Antifa to be outside without getting arrested. Remember that? And then, of course, the Dems would be at parties with no mask while the servants wore masks. That's pretty crazy, right? Sorry, guys. My phone is still on. Let me turn this off real quick. I will call you back, bro. It's work. Call you back. Apologies. The constant barragement of telling us to stay home, the constant barragement of telling us, stay indoors, protect your children, you're killing grandma. Okay. 327 who are above the law. It's a very good title for this. Wisconsin 2020, where the 5-finger discount became a 2-armed fire sale. Look at that picture. All the people in there stealing everything they could, right? The New York Times story did not say what its editors and their flying monkeys thought it said. The headline said, a tiny number of shoplifters, he just called back for some reason, commit thousands of New York City thefts. Okay, and remember the wording here. Okay, you don't need a J school degree to figure out the message sent. Not everyone in New York City is boosting 45,000 Louis Vuitton purses. It is just a few people. Whew, what a relief to know this. The sub-headline said nearly a third. Get off the screen. All right. The story, however, is in camera. Where'd it go? Okay, there we go. The sub-headline said nearly a third of all shoplifting arrests in the city last year involved and this is said, look, nearly a third involved just 327 people. The police said businesses say they have little defense. You see, the looting is by just a few people, only 327. The story said collectively they were arrested more than 6,000 times. Police Commissioner Keechant Sewell said, Some engage in shoplifting as a trade, while others are driven by addiction or mental illness. The police did not identify the 327 people in the analysis. You see, they are just crazy or on drugs. That was the message the New York Times meant to send. The story, however, is you can rob stores dozens of times and get away with it. My question is, why don't more people in New York City just rob stores blind every day? I mean, come on, people. If 327 people can get caught 6,000 times and get away with it, what is stopping 8 million people from looting Tiffany's every morning and Macy's every afternoon? Maybe they are. Who knows? How many New Yorkers steal and how many times they get away with it? Because 327 people, the 327 were just the ones the police caught, and the 6,000 arrests are just the times the 327 got caught. Now think about that. Now, I don't know what the number is, but let's just magically double it, right? So let's say there's like 700 or 650 people out there that were just robbing them blind during the summer of love, okay, and not getting arrested. The half of them weren't getting arrested. I'm sure there was more than that, because I remember one of the videos that they posted on CNN. This actually got shown on CNN. They waited to it was like, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning. And all these people pull up in a car and they're all wearing masks, just the regular, COVID masks. And they break inside of one of the really expensive places that sold like Louis Vuittons and everything. It was like 100 people. Okay. And the cops only caught like 3 of them. So what's that ratio? That's 3%. That's New York's finest, baby. All right. So, but I mean, once again, New York staffers throw a bunch of numbers around at random. You really cannot say. A tiny number of shoplifters commit thousands of New York City thefts because the number reflects arrests, not crimes. And of course, there is the whole innocent until proven guilty thing. The New York Times conveniently forgets from time to time, so you cannot say commit. New York Times argued that stealing 45,000 Louis Vuitton purses is a crime necessity. Its report said criminal justice reform advocates have said that petty thefts are a crime of necessity, and that many down on their luck New Yorkers are stealing what they need to survive in one of the world's most expensive cities. So, all right. So if we're just going to let these people get away with everything, just not charge them anything. Hello, how are you? If we're just going to let people get away with everything, then, I don't really understand why everybody has an issue with this. I'm not sure why, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, what are we going to do about it? What are we stopping? How are we stopping it? How are we keeping people that aren't stealing from thinking that they're, not getting taken advantage of? Why would people want to have businesses there? Oh, wait, that's right. People are leaving New York. That's why. They're not staying there. They're leaving as fast as they can. The businesses are straight up leaving New York, Chicago, Detroit. Dude, Walmart just closed down 4 stores in Chicago. 4. All right. And something else I thought was crazy is those stores never stayed open. They didn't stay open. Or excuse me, they never made money. They didn't stay open, but they never made money. The entire time they were open, they never turned a profit. So why'd they keep them open? That doesn't make any sense. But regardless, 327 people were arrested combined 6,000 times and released. So they can go back and steal again. Yeah, that's great police work, guys. Wonderful police work. I got to tell you, I don't know how that is. All right. So the next story is the one that I'm sure you guys have heard about. We're gonna come at it from 2 angles, and this is the last news story we got tonight. All right, we're gonna come at it from 2 different angles, and I want you guys to pay close attention because this is revolt. That's a left-leaning side. Black teenager was shot in the head by white men while trying to pick up his siblings. On Thursday, April 13th, a 16-year-old. One second, guys. Okay. On Thursday, April 13th, a 16-year-old black boy was allegedly shot twice in the head by a white man. Allegedly. After accidentally ringing the doorbell of a wrong home while attempting to pick up his siblings in North Kansas City, Missouri. According to GoFundMe, his aunt, Faith Spoonmore, created today, April 16th, a GoFundMe was created today to help pay for his hospital bills, therapy, and future expenses. The boy's name is Ralph Yarl. He didn't have his phone. He mistakenly went to the wrong house, 1 block away from the house where his siblings were, she wrote. The man in the home opened the door, looked at my nephew in the eye, and shot him in the head. My nephew fell to the ground, and the man shot him again. Ralph was then able to get up and run to the neighbor's house looking for help. Excuse me. She continued, unfortunately, he had to run to 3 different homes before someone finally agreed to help him. After he was told to lie on the ground with his hands up, the fundraiser goal is set at $500,000 and has already reached a little over $135,000. As of the time of this article, Yarl is currently in the hospital fighting for his life, and as the family demands justice for this incident that they're calling a hate crime. The Kansas City Defender reported the white shooter was taken into police custody to provide a statement, but was released shortly after without any charges held against him. Okay, so now to give you guys some back text, because they're not going to say this. I tried to find an article that said this, but when they first came out with it, 1, the news reported the kid had died for being shot in the head. 2, and this was on Reddit. Reddit was one of the first places to release anything. I did find that one, but I would have to copy and paste it. I didn't want to do that. So I actually got it in an email. So, but Reddit actually reported racist white 84-year-old man. That was the top line of the actual article. Okay. And it's total BS because we're going to read an article here in a second, and it's from Fox News, and we're going to hear a completely different side of the story. And then after we're done with that one, we're going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to kind of go from there. We're going to kind of just kind of roll it around, and we're going to give it a good solid head. But I wanted you guys to see it from 2 different angles because this is what these people do. All right. They bring it to you from their perspective and how they want you to see it and how they want things to go down from their perspective. They don't actually give you the story. They don't actually tell you what's really going on. Police prepare a Missouri case where a teenage boy was shot after going to the wrong house. The Missouri suspect who allegedly shot the 16-year-old was taken into custody, placed on a 24-hour hold. Sorry. Why did you do that? That's not what I wanted. Okay. Kansas City police are working too quickly to prepare evidence for the Clay County prosecutor in the shooting of a black teenager while trying to pick up his younger brothers from a friend's house Thursday. Remember, the mom even said that it was a block away. Okay. I want everyone to know that I am listening, Police Chief Stacey Graves said Sunday at the news conference in Kansas City, police headquarters downtown. And I understand the concern we are receiving from the community. The Kansas City Star reported the 16-year-old boy, whose family members have identified online as Ralph Yarl, was hospitalized Thursday night after he was shot while trying to pick up his younger twin brothers. Police said he went to the wrong house and was shot there. That's messed up. Massachusetts Good Samaritan robbed us for checking on a woman who cried for help. That's crazy. It's like La Llorona, right? All right. Officials would not confirm the number of times the homeowner shot the victim or where his injuries were. Police have not identified the shooter or his race. Information that officials have now does not point to the crime being racially motivated. But Graves said the aspect also remains under investigation. Investigators also will consider whether or not the suspect was protected within the stand your ground laws, Graves said. Notice a different tone here. And I'll tell you what the actual report was a day after the shooting happened when all the news and the police actually released a report. I'll tell you what was reported last night on Timcast after the actual story was released, what really happened. Graves said Sunday that the homeowner who allegedly shot the teen was taken into custody Thursday and placed on a 24-hour hold. While searching the scene for evidence, detectives found the firearm allegedly used. Law enforcement released the suspect pending further investigation after consulting with Clay County Prosecutor's Office. Missouri law allows a person to be held up to 24 hours for a felony investigation. At that point, the person must be released or arrested and formally charged. This guy's 84 years old, remember? All right. In order to arrest someone, law enforcement needs a formal victim statement, forensic evidence, and other information for a case file to be completed, Graves said. Because of teen's injuries, Graves said police haven't been able to get a victim statement. He did make a statement later, all right, because he woke up. Mayor Quentin Lucas, who attended the news conference, said the police department understands the community's concern that the shooting could be racially motivated, which was called a hate crime. He said some members of the police department attended Sunday's protest in the neighborhood where the shooting took place, listening to community members' concerns. This is not something that has been dismissed, marginalized, or diminished in any way. This is something that is getting the full attention of the Kansas City Police Department. Now, it goes further. He says you can't just shoot people without having justification. When somebody comes knocking on your door or knocking on your door is not a justification. This guy should be charged, Crump said. Now, something that they're leaving out that no one reported, okay, is that this was at 11 o'clock at night. And this boy happens to be 6 feet tall. And this boy opened up the door after he rang the doorbell to a 84-year-old man who lives alone. Okay. I'll just say it right now. Look, at 11 o'clock at night, anyone ringing my doorbell, I got my gun in my hand when I answer the door. That's me. I've been doing it for 20 fucking years. Okay? There. It's 11 o'clock at night. All right? And you don't know who's behind that door. You don't know who you're going to see when you look at that peephole. All of us have seen horror movies. All of us have seen the scary shit that happens at night. And I'm the corner house. So, like, I get all the shit, man. Like, every crazy person. I've had people throw fucking hot wings at my door, fucking come up and throw rocks at us and break glass on the sides of the walls because it was a corner house. I mean, dude, crazy shit happens at 11 o'clock at night. From like 10 to like 4 o'clock in the morning, shit gets fucking crazy. All right? Two, one thing they didn't report was when he rang the doorbell, he literally grabbed the screen door and opened it up. This guy's freaking the fuck out. And I mean, dude, if someone's trying to open up my screen door at 11 o'clock at night, I'm thinking they're checking to see if the door is unlocked. Now, one thing that I would have to say is did the guy, when he opened the door, brandishing the gun, tell him to leave? I want to know that. That's because, you have to prove intent. That's part of the law. So did he give the guy a chance at least to identify himself? 16-year-old kid. And my other problem is why was he a block away? Was he high? Was he drunk? Well, was this kid lost? Okay. Well, he's picking up his twins from someone where he's supposed to know where he's going. We have GPS. Does that mean that he put it in wrong? Had he been to the house before? These are questions I was asking. But if he'd been to the house before, wouldn't he know where the house was? I don't know. Hey, look, again. We're going to hear more and more and more about this case. More and more things are going to happen. All right? So I would say that we just look at the facts, wait for us. It's innocent until proven guilty. Stand your ground law applies in that state. Thank God. All right? And other people were like, the gun's the problem. The gun's the problem. It's like, no. Dude, I want an 84-year-old man to be armed. He can't do shit that we can do. Doesn't move very fast. He probably can't see very well either, which doesn't really help him. But, and I'm not trying to make this guy sound like a victim. Okay. This very well could be a just horrible fucking tragedy, a mistaken identity, freaking like the guy who shot his daughter in the garage with a shotgun. You guys ever heard that story? It was absolutely horrible. Okay. He thought he had an intruder. His daughter came home late. He shot his daughter and she died in his arms. Okay. Dude, a horrible tragedy. That's what this could be. It's not racially motivated. And them fueling the fact, saying that it's racially motivated before we even have any evidence, all that's going to do is force more hate. It's going to make people more angry. It's going to get people more pissed off, cause more riots. Dude, shit like this is what made the George Floyd riots happen. Burning people's houses down. There were people that took over whole neighborhoods. Antifa went into whole neighborhoods and took them over, and no one kicked them out. Some bullshit. All right. So that's it. That's all we got as far as like news stories. We'll do a couple of videos, and then we're getting out of here, guys. Okay? Just a couple, and then we're out. My Wednesdays are just kind of slow. There are not a lot of people here. Never has been. Just one of those things, right? All right, so here we go. We got this. This is I'm dedicating this to the story that we just did because every liberal always freaks out whenever this happens. Every leftist. Let's get this off the screen. Oh.
I am sorry that someone shot you.
Someone? That gun over there!
But did you happen to see someone holding the gun?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, guns don't shoot themselves, right?
That gun shot me!
Do you see how the gun is just sitting in the chair? It can't shoot you. Someone would have to pick it up, wouldn't they? Like this.
Oh, it's moving by itself!
No!
It's happening again!
Can we see the guy holding the gun?
I'm hurting! We're in that courtroom!
So I saw it pointing at him.
They locked the
And
gun.
then
in
the next thing I knew, it was shooting.
By itself.
I don't understand.
Did you see someone holding it and pulling the trigger?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Sustained. Please stick to the relevant issue.
How is a person pulling the trigger not relevant?
We have a problem with guns in this country. We do not have a problem with people pulling triggers.
I am sorry that someone...
Yeah. What's up, Corner? How you doing? Welcome. Always welcome, man. Enjoy the show, brother. Glad you're here. Wednesdays are always slow, guys. That's why I always tell everybody Wednesdays, if there's an important day. By the way, Sunday's episode went really well. It's one of the most viewed I've ever had. I think we got like 61 views. But the best way for Wednesday shows to get caught, guys, is just to share it with everybody. You know, let everybody know it's on. I do Wednesdays because it's the slow day of the week. It's the one day of the week I got time to do this. If, you know, I ever win the lottery or get super rich or something, then, you know, hey, I can have more time. But as of right now, I got to maintain, you know, lifestyle, shit like that, family, you know, loved ones. So unfortunately for now, Wednesdays are the best day that I got for the next show. I can only do 2 shows a week. So, but yeah, like, share, and subscribe. And again, you know, welcome, brother. I'm glad you're here. Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. That's a cool name, dude. I like that. You know, CCC. Ooh, nice. We have a college called Quad C, dude. You know, you're like Tri-C, not Quad C. You're almost a college, man. Okay. Next one. I'm calling this one Former Hoe Has an Issue with Men. You know, it's funny how they like totally like blame dudes for everything whenever they spent their 20s just getting railed by chads and everything, you know? This is great.
I'm 40 years old and I feel like dating is
40 and single. Okay. And then look at how she backs up why she's 40 and single. She kills herself in her own argument.
8 zillion times worse than like high school or like my 20s. And let me tell you something, dating in my 20s was a disaster. It was horrible. Men were...
Translation, she got pumped and dumped so much that dudes labeled her as a sex toy. So remember, men have 2 categories. You're for a relationship or you're for sex. She had like permanent stamp 304 on her head. So dudes were just pumping and dumping this shit.
Were awful. Boys were awful.
Boys.
And this is so much worse. It is so much worse. What happened to you guys between, you know, 18 and 40? Like, I mean, I don't understand.
Don't you love, guys, how it's like, it's always the men's fault? What happens? Why did men change? Men really haven't changed, guys. To be honest with you, it's a lot of the modern women who have changed. Okay, if you would like to have a traditional man, the best way to get a traditional man is by being a traditional woman. Unfortunately, for a lot of girls, guys, when they go out there and they try and get married after, you know, they're covered in tattoos, they're 40 years of age and they're single, they find out that the traditional men are not interested.
I'm 40.
They bought into that feminist bullshit, that fantasy that, oh, guess what, guys? You got all the time in the world. You don't. Okay? It's not there. That's the way it works. All right? You're just going to have to come to that realization, guys. Look, guy calls you. Okay? If he tells you to come over and bring him some food, you're probably number 3 of the night. All right? You're just going to get pumped and dumped at the end. That's how it works. All right. Let's see here. We got, this is just fucking scary. Remember, these are the people that are in your school systems. These are the ones that are teaching your kids, and we wonder why we have a problem.
Your parents screwed up. It's okay to say so. That's why I made a Patreon, so that we could talk about it, so that we could connect in a way that has more privacy, so that we could talk to each other in a way that's more open and stuff that we wouldn't share.
That right there just freaks me the fuck out. Just what that motherfucking whatever that is just freaked me the fuck out.
They're like in the comments of a video like this.
This Buffalo Bill looking freak, I'm just going to say it, has absolutely no business trying to get in touch with other people's.
For you youngins out there, Buffalo Bill is a character from Hannibal Lecter series. Silence of the Lambs, dude, great bad guy. Totally fucked up in the head though. It puts the lotion on its skin.
Children behind their parents' back. And I feel like this type of person is exactly what happens when we let the concept of tolerance and openness go too far. In a just society, in a sane society, this weirdo would have been called out immediately as a groomer. Okay, if you see this man in your kid's DMs, call the police, because there's absolutely no wholesome reason why he should be there. If he was actually just trying to help people, he'd become a social worker. No, this is all about grooming, and I'm tired of trying to pretend like that's not the case.
Right? It's all it is. It's just shrooming, guys. It's just shrooming, you know? Frooming. What are we calling this? Frooming. All right. A grown man, a grown ass man wants to set up a Patreon to have personal conversations with children without their parents' knowledge. How is that not fucking creepy? Wow. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. All right.
If you'd like to be a woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an issue.
Anyone can, right?
I don't see a problem with
Just
someone
literally put the hand up
choosing
and say I'm a woman. Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
Well, firstly, I mean, it was.
I'm serious. I'm serious. If I can identify as anything without any need to prove I'm actually what that is, why can't I on International Women's Day say I'm Piers Morgan, I'm a black lesbian?
I think taking it to a kind of absurd status.
I think
we're
that's
talking
what.
about quite a
With
strong
respect, I think
physical
that
thing.
you've already opened the absurdity door by saying it is limitless. You can do what you like. Anyone can say I'm a woman. How many genders are there?
2.
There are 2 genders.
Oh.
Wow. So you don't believe in transgenders at all?
Well, I think there are.
Whoa, hang on. Whoa. There are 2 genders.
Well, it's taught in.
Well, you say, well, you've literally just launched this huge defense of transgenderism. Now you've eradicated it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you just kind of backed yourself up in a corner on that one, didn't you? All right. This is pretty cool. All right. There's no one here. I'm all by myself.
Previously under arrest, becomes an unexpected hero in a moment of crisis. As the police officer struggles to breathe, the man steps in and performs the Heimlich maneuver, saving his life. In a powerful display of gratitude, the officer thanks the man for his heroic actions. This scene is a reminder that even in the most unlikely of circumstances, bravery and kindness can shine through.
Yo, G, you good, man? You good? Yeah. Here, boss. Yeah. Here, go ahead, take me in. Go ahead. Let me see. Oh. You saved my life, bro. You sure, G? You want?
He just saved his life, dude. He just saved his life. That dude just saved his life, bro. And he was like, yeah, you can take me. You can arrest me if you want to, bro. No big deal. Wow. That's just badass right there. All right. So let's see here. More stupid humans. You guys liked the last one. So here you go. Let's see here. Share screen.
What country the Great Wall of China is in?
Country?
Yeah. If you had to guess.
Japanese.
Yes. How many days of the week end with the letter Y?
Monday, Tuesday. And is the 5 days out the week? Except for Thursday?
Do you know what two countries border the USA?
No.
Like what's on top of us and what's below us?
Isn't the North Pole below us?
Yeah. And what else?
And what is above us? Is it Europe? Because
Is that your guess?
yes, that's my guess.
Yes.
I remember that they're in New
Yes.
York, right? Just
That's
remember
insane.
that.
Do you know what country the Great
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, there you go. You know what country the Wall of China's in? No. Country? No, I don't know. All right. Let's see here. The epidemic of yoga pants. This is a little bit more than yoga pants, but you kind of catch my drift. You'll see. I'm not a fan of the yoga pants in public unless you're working out, unless you're in the gym. And even then it's like, wow, can you wear some fucking underwear, please? I don't like fucking turn on my face and there's like fucking 3 camel toes just staring at my ass. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Yes, and it goes for dudes too, okay? There would be a dude walking around with a fucking schlong poking through his fucking pants. Nobody wants to see that shit either, okay? You ain't that special.
I have a question for America. What happened to bathing suits? Where are the young women's bathing suits? There was so much bottom being shown. It's all dental floss up the ass now. That's it. Nobody wears a proper, like, not even like the Brazilian, not even like, you know, just a little show. I mean, it's full dental floss up the bottom, full cheeks on display. Doesn't matter the condition of the bottom either. Doesn't matter. It's like,
see, and that's
huge, small.
And that's the next one because we know we can't fat shame anymore, right? So whether you got Famunda or Cottage or whatever you shit got going on back there, people don't give a fuck.
Cellulite not on display, preening. Look at me. I'm not going to lie. I disapprove.
Beautiful.
Back in my day, a little modesty went a long way. You wanted to make them like dream a little about what was underneath that little square in the back and the front for that matter. You didn't like, I said to my son Yates, we were in the hot tub. I'm like, Yates, someday when you get older, if you want to marry a girl who looks like that, good for you. You should do that. And ideally you'll pick one who looks like that underneath her clothes and only shows that body to you.
Like that was the whole point. Remember, like your girl would show you the whole kit and caboodle. That was for you. That's why this whole thing with Instagram just blows me away. You got women out there that won't let their men talk to the women, but they're out there showing their hoo-ha and their freaking butt and everything else on fucking Instagram, and they don't give a shit. But they love all the DMs they're getting. The epidemic, man. All right. Okay. And now I fact test this one. Okay. Look, no giant lawn worms that I could find get this big in Australia. They do get up to 10 feet, but they're like this thick. They don't get that big. And if it was that big, okay, dude, he wouldn't be able to pull it out, man. There's no way. It's probably like an old hose or something, like an old broken hose. That's what it probably is. But I thought it was kind of cool, though. You know, the way they like try to make it look like it was a giant worm. But it's not a worm. All right. Let's see here. This one I'm calling a thought that doesn't understand. She's a hoe. You see what I did there? Like, no? Yeah, all right. All right. I know we're getting these pretty fast, guys. It's okay.
Notice how this young lady attempts to control the answers of these gentlemen while explaining her dating strategy.
What is it that men value in a woman? Clearly, it's very different. My thought process is, don't you want to be with a woman that is worldly, educated, well-traveled, can bring something to the table, rather than somebody that has absolutely no idea about anything in life and really can't contribute anything outside of just being a woman?
Being well-traveled is a giant red flag for most men, because if I look at a woman's Instagram page and I see pictures of her on a private jet, on a yacht, in multiple different fancy locations, my immediate assumption is this woman is a
I've assumed that the women that are traveling everywhere are going and living a luxurious lifestyle. They could
I'm
have been
assuming that
backpacking all over Europe.
is clearly a woman who's been flown out by a man.
Yeah, that's very different.
And because it's different cities, probably different men.
Exactly.
But he's,
So if
trying,
your
he's trying to
issue-
tell you what he wants, and you're trying to tell him that's not. Most girls that travel around from city to city, they're sleeping around. So it's like if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, how is he supposed to know that it's not a duck, especially when women lie?
And remember, she's talking about the very, very small percentage of women that are like super rich boss bitches and shit like that. Okay, so like most women that you see on Instagram that are on the yachts, that are doing the freaking traveling around the world, getting flown out, they're having to give up something to do that. They're not doing it because they can afford to. Someone's fitting that bill. Remember those two categories? Sex, future. Okay. Okay, now this is the supernatural one that's not supernatural. I'm going to let you guys watch it, check it out, and then I'll tell you what it is at the end. All right. This will be the last video for tonight, guys. Got to go. They're calling it amazing car accident. Watch. Watch it again. Now, I want to point out something, okay? There's this little thing hanging down at the very top. You see this right here? All right. There's a wire somewhere in the road. This person's on their cell phone, not paying attention. These people are seeing it, and they're driving around. And this stupid motherfucker, I think that's a Merc, is driving forward. Now, they've blurred out whatever it is, like very well. You kind of see, if you look again, watch. See it move right here? And they did some kind of camera shit where they go into the video and they mess it up and make it look like it's all supernatural. But you'll see this all over the world. You see a lot of these videos. You'll see where like a car just like stops or gets smashed or something. Dude, don't believe it. Most of the videos that I've seen on YouTube, 99% of them have some type of explanation, or there's just not enough evidence for them to really be, proven. Every now and then you'll get one. Like there's a few of them that just there's no fucking way. Like how the fuck? You just can't explain it. So therefore, Occam's razor, right? So, anyways, one more time. Pretty cool though. I thought so. Anyways. All right, guys. Look, I want you guys to have a great night. I want you guys to do good things. Be safe out there. Treat each other with respect, kindness, honor, and I'll see you guys hopefully on Sunday. If not, remember, I'll be back as soon as I possibly can. And we can't not do this together, guys. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel always. Remember to be there for each other and treat each other as well as you possibly can. Honor yourself and honor other people. Help people when you can. Keep safe, guys. You guys take care. Peace out.